Hey there, Postal here. So this morning we're taking out the Yak-9. This was requested by a follower on YouTube of mine. This is a tier 6. Why can't you guys... Anyway. This is a tier 6 Soviet multi-role plane. Yeah, it's a really good plane. I forgot how good this plane was. It's been forever since I've played it. I'd kept it and just not played it. You know, when somebody's talking about, you know, having a Yak-7 or a Yak-9 video, it's like, you know what? I've played the Yak-7 recently. Not that it's a bad plane by any means. I haven't played the Yak-9 in forever. So let me see what if I can get some information on that thing. Yeah, so it has a ridiculous cannon on the front, as you might see. As these guys are learning. As that guy just found out. Yeah, so what is this? This is a 40-5mm cannon. It wrecks lives. It changes games. So the Yak-7 before this has, I think, a 37mm cannon at tier 5, which is, you know, pretty hefty. This is tier 6, and it's very hefty. As you can see, it will take huge chunks out of anything that it can hit. It balances this out by not having bombs and rockets, like some. Good God, man! Like some of the previous planes would have had, or like you would come to expect of multi-rolls. Okay. I get it. And so, because your whole being is based on this cannon, you really do want to make sure you are, you know, having complete focus on this cannon. Dang it! I was hoping I could get a shot in there. We had just lost the center. It's going to be pretty difficult for me to hang on to that. Now, this plane can do very well on holding a sector, even by itself, because it is a Yak. It has that maneuverability. So far, obviously, it's not specialized, but I've set the plane up for a little bit more maneuverability and accuracy. When I get the plane specialized, I'll probably fiddle around with getting some speed added. But right now, it's a normal Yak, meaning if you've ever played any of the Yak fighters, it is ridiculously slow, and it is very, very reliant on this gun. Let's see if I can get rid of this Yak. Sometimes you don't even know you've got a Yak on your tail until you're dead. Or, you know, pretty close to dead. Do here. We've got a heavy fighter inbound, as you can see here. Let's see if I can mess with him a little bit. It's a bow fighter, so I should be able to snipe him if I can get the snipey hits. Which I can, because this plane is meant for sniping. So one of my biggest recommendations with this plane is just continually play it. And what I mean by that is, if you play a plane like this, and, you know, just play it once or maybe twice, and then go play something else, and then come back and play it once or maybe twice, you're not going to sync up with the gun very well, right? You can see this gun takes like I can go AFK. Takes like 3 seconds to fire, no, 2 seconds to fire. And if you're not used to that cycle, you might be sitting behind. You're just gonna miss those chunks when somebody's maneuvering. You're gonna not be prepared for the full accuracy of this plane. Are you regretting your life choices now at F4F? And you're just gonna make life harder for yourself. Something else that I've done. Now this is kind of like next level stuff. It's not like, you know, 1000 IQ kind of thing, but it's not necessarily something that you'll want to do right off the bat. And that's actually setting up setting up the plane's secondary cannons, like its machine guns, as a separate button from my normal, from my central cannon. And that will just allow you to continue to fire, but not continue to overheat your main cannon, if that makes sense. So see, I've got my C button set here for just the machine guns. They will not overheat. And so I can do that while I'm letting my 45mm cannon cool off. And that way my cannon's ready to go when it needs to be. Feels bad, man. See if we can get behind him. Is an I-210. So I have decent maneuverability. I think he might still be able to maneuver me, but this is a you know, a bot that we're going against, so we've got a little bit more flexibility. You see, I'm letting my cannon cool down a little bit. And right now I'm just taking giant chunks out of everybody. Shit. Dang it. Didn't get that cannon on target. Clearly, as you could tell. And so you can also see, like, how this plane, like, it's made or it's broken by this cannon. It can do ridiculous things. I don't know if you've ever been on the receiving end of a Yak and you're, like, roaming around at, you know, 300 hit points or something like that, and then suddenly you're down to 25 hit points, and you're like, wait a minute, what the heck? Or you've been floating around on 2/3 of your health and then you're suddenly dead, you don't even hear it coming, right? It's probably a situation like this where somebody's firing at you for 3 minutes and you don't even know it. Come on. Gonna fire my machine guns because apparently I can't hit a frickin' multi-role fighter. Victory is in sight. Keep it up. Here we go. Let the cannon cool off, man. There we go. Crappity crap. Crappity crap. I do not need a yak on my butt. Don't need that guy on my butt either. Let's see if I can... What can we do here? Oh, we gotta hit F7, of course. We got a rear gunner on our butt? Is that what's coming after us? I think so. I'm all out of boost and I keep holding down boost, so it's actually not helping me. Unfortunately, we might be in trouble here. Let's see if I can't get him knocked out at least. There we go. In the meantime, we shall... Oh no, wing knocked out. Nice shot again. So yeah, just got myself into a bad situation there against another Yak-9, so it's not like I could outmaneuver him. And he was doing a good job, surprisingly, considering how he let me kill him the first couple times. Doing a good job of staying with me even as I was trying to outmaneuver him. But yeah, this didn't really show you the full aspect of this particular plane. I've definitely got to do a good game to that Yak-9. He just did not let me outmaneuver him, which is certainly frustrating. You know, so this is it's a maneuverable multi-role plane, but it can't outmaneuver everything, right? You want to use that maneuverability to get your gun on target, not necessarily to dogfight. Now, clearly, you can, you know, quote-unquote dogfight some of the less maneuverable multi-roles. You can take the steps to, you know, mitigating their impact on the battle. But you're going to have more success with this plane if you are just playing it consistently. And I learned that. So typically when I'm grinding a line, I'm actually grinding like 3 lines or something at a time. I might be grinding the Yak multi-role line, I'm grinding the American fighter line, and I was grinding the German heavy line, right? And it was just to give me some variety. I'd play each of those lines, and I'd kind of rotate through them throughout the day. Or, I'd play one of the planes a couple times in a row, but I'd always bounce around. On this line, I really couldn't do that, and I certainly don't recommend anybody else do that. The reason being is just the way the guns work are so unique that you want to continue to use this plane after itself. Same with the Yak-7, same with the Yak-9U after it. Just because the gun is so... it plays differently than other cannons. The way that it... the rate of fire on it is very, very slow. And so you want to take advantage of that time and just continue to play the plane time after time. Let's go ahead and give a GG to him for sure. Actually, we need to give a GG to Corey as well. So I forgot how much I just absolutely loved this plane and why I kept it. I mean, I know it's good. I've talked about it being good. I just haven't played it and gotten that reminder of, oh yeah, it is really good, isn't it? When you're first going on this line, on the Yak-9 specifically, and I would recommend on the Yak-7 and the Yak-9U as well, go for the top cannon first. Your engine and your airframe can wait. The impact they have on your maneuverability and airspeed is minimal. The impact this gun will have on enemies' day is significant. It is a 2-second reload time on the gun here, huh? And so once you get this gun, you've got significant firing range over the 37 and the 20. You have a significant bump up in the damage per second, and it's just gonna make you smile. It's gonna frustrate you from time to time, but push through those frustrations when your guns just aren't hitting. Don't let it break you, and know that you and this gun will eventually sync up, and you will wreck people's lives, and you really will. I know you've been on the other end of the Yak-9 gun. It is nice to be on the offensive end of it. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Not so much on the Yak-7, but the things that I said about the Yak-9 you want to utilize with the Yak-7 as well. The Yak-7, you've got rockets as well, which is even nicer. Again, those rockets are kind of supplementary. First thing you should be going for on this plane is your 37mm cannon, and then you'd want to get your machine guns, and then you can get whatever the heck else you want. The whole Yak cluster of planes within the Soviet lines, whether it's the regular fighters or the multi-role fighters, are not fast until much higher up, and they are you don't want to spend too much energy on grinding those engines if you haven't gotten the gun yet, at least. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you've got any additional questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. And good luck out there avoiding Yak-9, Yak-9U shells. Bye.